Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Minnetonka High School. It is an awesome evening. We've got a great matchup for you this evening, one of the great Lake Conference rivalries. And it is Minnetonka Lacrosse Association Youth Night here at the high school. An awesome evening. I'll fill you in on more about Youth Night in a moment. Minnetonka High School is excited to welcome back to town the visiting Eagles of Eden Prairie High School. And they have made a trip to Tonka to face off against your hometown Minnetonka Skippers. Let's meet our starters this evening, beginning with the Eagles. It starts off with number 1. He's a senior midi, Captain Connor Whitley. Eagles number 3, goalie, junior Adam Berger. Number 4 for EP, sophomore attacker Daniel Burke. Next is junior attacker number 5, Cody Ballon. EP's number 6, sophomore midi David Ivy. Next is a defender, a senior, number 8, Captain Parker Schultz. EP's number 10 is junior defender Connor Cole. On the face-off for the Eagles, number 12, he's a junior, Carter Cole. EP's number 18, freshman defender James Anderson. And rounding out the starting 10 for EP, 22, sophomore attacker Ben Riesdorf. Eden Prairie head coach is Ryan Ward, assistant coaches Justin Siebert, Chris Beard, and Kanzai Gary. These are the Eagles of Eden Prairie High School. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your very own Minnetonka Skippers. This starts with number 1. He's a junior attacker, Bodie Richard. Skippers number 2, junior midi, he is Jackson Blanks. Tonka's number 6, an attacker, senior captain Isaac Forst. Skippers number 10, junior midi, Henry Peffer. On the defensive line, he's a senior and wearing 12, John Van Bergen. Between the pipes for Tonka, number 13, junior Sean Carroll. Tonka's 19, a midi, a freshman, 19, Logan Yu. Anchoring the defense, 22, senior captain Kiernan Holmes. Next junior defender, 24, he is Charlie Mays. And rounding out the Tonka starters, face-off and long pole, 29, senior defender, Captain Mason Jakubik. Tonka head coach is Josh Yu. Assistant coaches, John Drake, Mark Higney, and Connor Gatenby. These are the Skippers of Minnetonka High School. All right, guys, we played the anthem before the earlier game, so let's get started. Hey, fans, we got lots of great features tonight for Youth Night. You've seen the food trucks, nautical bowls, and Yummy Tummy. You've seen the free Gatorade and water. You've seen the vendors, Skipper Booster Store, Spirit Gear, and Lacrosse Booster Score. We've also got a drawing for you at halftime and a halftime game. This is going to be great. You have a chance through the first quarter and first half here to fill out a raffle ticket up on the plaza. Be sure to do that for a chance to win gift cards and merchandise.
Welcome in, Peter Amstutz with you on YouTube. Thanks for joining. We've got the boys game now. Girls fell by 1 goal to Eden Prairie in the face-off X. Number 12 for the visitors in all black. That's Carter Cole. Where's number 12? He's a midi and a face-off specialist. And he'll be going off against Mason Jakubik. Skippers come into tonight's game ranked number 6 in the Minnesota State High School League's rankings. They suffered their first loss of the season just a few nights ago at Edina. We're only able to muster 1 goal in that first period, and Jakubik in a battle now. Blank's got a stick on it, but it's going to stay here with the Eagles. This is Ben Reisdorf behind his own goal. Some offensive, defensive substitutions rushing onto the field. Number 1, Connor Whitley, and 24, this is Adam Thomas. Near side, Trent Stansberry. Stansberry, the senior midi. 12-minute quarters here, Minnesota State High School League Boys Varsity Lacrosse. Again, the Skippers in the all whites. They are 7-1 on the season. Eden Prairie with a 2-5 record coming in. And a shot there and an early goal for the visitors. That is Trent Stansberry. Stansberry with about 53 ticks gone, and quickly EP jumps out in front. Eden Prairie started off the season with a couple of victories. They beat Cretin-Durham Hall and Hopkins, and then they've suffered 5 straight losses. They dropped games to Edina, Maple Grove, Wayzata, Buffalo, and Blake. Some close ones in there. Only lost to Wayzata by a goal, Buffalo by 4 goals, and dropped one just a couple nights ago to Blake by the score of 10-9. Skippers are 7-1. First loss came just a few nights ago at Edina. And the face-offs so far a 2-0 advantage for the visitors from Eden Prairie. We had a hot and steamy one in here in the booth. The sun has gone down behind some clouds. Looks like we do have a storm front rolling in. A flag here as there'll be a delayed penalty call against Minnetonka. Notice that number 11, Ben Schuster, not in uniform tonight for the Skippers. See if that impacts. And another goal. This one is Noah Eknes. And Eknes makes it 2-1 or 2-0. Check that. So 2 face-off victories for Eden Prairie. They cash in on both of those possessions. And with 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Eagles have a 2-zip lead. Jakubik and Carter Cole. Cole with the best of the first couple. As officials get everything going, whistle play, a little bit better battle this time. Jakubik kicks, controls it himself, and nice work there by Mason Jakubik to get that win. Although a turnover right here at the midfield and turn right back over. This is Blanks. Blanks now, he's hassled as he gets into the attack zone. Releases over to the far side, that's Peffer. And Henry will walk it behind his own net to Bodie, Richard Bodie. Had a chance to chat with Bodie's father as we did the girls game together. And Phil mentioned that Bodie a little bit dinged up. We'll see if that impacts his play. We do see that Ben Schuster not in uniform tonight for Minnetonka. This is Easton Freed, 16 with it. And now behind the net is Peffer. That pass doesn't quite click, but collected there nicely by senior captain Isaac Forst. Forst now shows a burst of energy. Works around, that pass doesn't quite click, but Henry's right there behind. The deflection is called by the near side official. So it's turned out to be a beautiful evening for lacrosse here. Sun not nearly as much as a factor. Should be good viewing for you there on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Support Minnetonka Varsity Boys Lacrosse. Blanks now. And it's a nice defensive stand thus far from the visitors from Eden Prairie. Easton Freed. Freed spun back around near the 30-yard line. Minnetonka Varsity Lacrosse is brought to you tonight by the Lakes Running Company, A. Sadowski Designs, Horizontal, Canteen One, Denali Custom Homes, North Star Lacrosse, and Minnesota Inboard. Is that low shot there from Forrest? It's a little bit off. And the Skippers will get a reset behind their own net. Henry Peffer with it. Peffer Junior Midi plays his club for True Lacrosse. Also enjoys the banjo. Don't see that on a lot of bios these days, but any musical talent that he might possess would be strictly greater than any talent that I have on my side. Richard all the way up, kind of an unfamiliar territory, all the way out near the logo. Now he's going to rush all the way in, and he draws a penalty. So we'll have a delayed penalty call here once the Eagles get possession. Logan Yu, 19 out there. Logan just a freshman, possibly getting some extended minutes tonight. And a shot there, good one, but went right across the goal mouth, and here comes the penalty call. Yu, the freshman, also plays for True Lacrosse, enjoys basketball when he's not out here on the turf. 1 minute penalty called on number 22. It's Emmanuel Paulus. And check that, they call Carter Cole for that cross-checking penalty. And a ripped up shot up front from Blanks, and he scores to tie things up. Oh, check that, 1 goal for Minnetonka, 2 for Eden Prairie. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. So 7 minutes to go, and the Skippers trim that lead down to 2-1. So another face-off. Cole able to win that one cleanly. Goes all the way back to his keeper. That's Adam Berger, the goalie, the junior. And a loose ground ball in front here. It could be anybody's. Battled for. No stick there for Connor Wheatley as he was going after the ball. Decided it'd be a good idea to have a stick if he was going to try to pick it up. And the ball awarded to Minnetonka. Bodie Richard on the restart. This is Reddington. Now back behind the net is Henry. And near side here to Sadowski. Sadowski able to grab that one before it rolls out of bounds. Out of bounds markings in the yellow here, so a little bit more width than you would have for the football markings, which are those blue and white markings on the near side of your screen. Mr. Sanders doing our videography tonight. Thank him for his efforts. Dale does all the production setup and also runs the camera for these boys' games. His son with it now. It's Colby, and he gives it up behind the net. It's a Forrest. Looks like we're getting some weather coming in on the front edge of this, and
9:15, 10 o'clock.
so maybe we've got some time here. Don't hoping to squeeze it in. Ted Schultz keeping an eye on everything here tonight on Youth Night. Pretty good crowd for the visitors from EP, filling up that good portion of that middle stand on the visitors' side. And the score reads Eagles 2, Skippers 1, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eden Prairie and those visiting blacks, red numerals, a little bit of white trim. Skippers in the home whites. This is Carter Cole. Centers back out to Burke. Burke can't get the handle, but scoops that one back up. And nice hustle there from Sanders. Just gets a turnover. The Stansberry, number 9, with it, and he'll reset for Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie patient on their offensive end. Spreading the field quite a bit. Behind the net is David Ivy. Ivy wears number 6. Sophomore midfielder for the Eagles. And that one battled for behind the net and still loosed out there and scooped up nicely from J.D. Landstrom. So J.D. with getting a turnover there, scooping it up. And here comes Sadowski on the far side. Sadowski rushes in, gains the midfield, finds an outlet to Henry, and now behind the net. This is Eli King. King given a rough ride and a penalty. King recoups it, and here comes the whistle on that delayed penalty. Eli King getting some minutes tonight, the junior attack. And we'll have a technical 30-second penalty called for a push on Eden Prairie. So a 30-second push penalty against James Anderson, the freshman defenseman. So Skippers man advantage here for another 15 seconds or so. They get it around out in front. This is Reddington. And now over to the far side as just 4 seconds remaining on this man advantage. 1, and now we're back to even strength. Rushing back into the zone, Jacob Zeller will even things up on this end. Blanks with a little bit of room. Nice move out in front. Can't get the shot off. This is Logan Yu battling for it. And Skippers do maintain control. Henry Peffer. And now Reddington will dodge in from the far side. Behind, this is Forrest, senior captain. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Skippers trail, and Bodie Richards will direct traffic and trot it all the way out to his 40-yard line. Bodie being defended there by sophomore midfielder David Ivy, and he's going to go to work right here on Ivy. Spins around, puts in a nice move, cut off nicely. Couldn't get that shot away. It was deflected, and it's going to stay here with the Skippers. Bodie does seem to be nursing that left leg. He's got a little bit of the tape on both of the calves there. We'll keep an eye on Bodie. He's substituted out by Eli King. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Or check that first quarter, and the Skippers trail 2-1. Behind his net is Blanks. Blanks defended by the big pole there. That's number 10, Connor Cole. Again, Blanks against Cole. Tough matchup there for Blanks against that long stick, but he gets free and scores. Blanks ties things up at 2 apiece. Blanks came in with 11 goals on the season, junior midfielder. Wind picking up here at Einar Anderson. So keep our eyes to the sky and look out for storms. Radar tells us we might still have some time to squeeze this one in. Hope anyone who was caught out in the storms last night made it through that okay. I was out there at Target Field, and not the place you want to be when you get 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts and a downpour of rain. Hail damage and some trees down, but everybody okay. I hope you and yours were as well. As you're watching tonight's action, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We appreciate your support for Varsity Lacrosse here on YouTube. Nice spin move there from Kieran Holmes, and Holmes is home free. He tries to set one up in front, and a beautiful assist on that one. Eli King pays it off and gives the Skippers a 3-2 advantage. King from Holmes. Eli, junior attacker, also plays for True Lacrosse, enjoys biking when he's not out here on the turf. And there's going to be a whistle against Jakubik on that face-off against Carter Cole. Holmes, a beautiful assist on that goal to King moments ago. 34 seconds to go. Eden Prairie looking for the equalizer. Nice centering pass and a beautiful save from Sean Carroll, standing tall between the pipes. Skippers will look to push with 20 seconds to go. Sean Carroll trots out of his own zone. Still going. 12 seconds to go. Now he releases here. His pass does not click with Holmes. Scooped up here, 5 seconds to go. This is Force. Force will take a shot. Doesn't get through. Eli King hit him. And now it is end of the first quarter. Skippers lead 3-2. We'll be back with second quarter action in a moment. Welcome back to Einar Anderson Stadium. Peter Amstutz with you. Second quarter action. Skippers lead 3-2. Thanks again for tuning into YouTube. If you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Looks like we're at 82 subscribers. See if we can tick that up to triple digits before the end of the evening. Say hi to Jenny Rooker out there watching us in Apple Valley. Also Everett Amstutz in Minnetonka tuning in. Thank you for your support. Minnetonka varsity sports and high school lacrosse. Jakubik with a clean face-off win, and here comes Logan Yu into the offensive end, and there's Eli behind his own net. Eli King had that third and go-ahead goal, the waning minutes of the first quarter. As we start business here. Blanks takes a shove, it takes another one, gets himself free. That nice save out in front and eventually controlled by Adam Berger and a whistle. And that call going against Eden Prairie, going to stay with Minnetonka. A little bit of a discussion with that near side official. Crease violation. So Berger made the nice save, was ready to release the other way. Crease violation called, and Skippers will regain possession. Here in the near side. And now behind, this is Eli. Eli works it around to the far side. It's Henry. And now Forrest senior captain, going against the long pole, nicely dislodged there. Battled for out in front. Going down to the turf is Parker Schultz. And a whistle is getting up slowly. Parker still not up. Now he is. Parker Schultz, senior defenseman, kind of nursing that injury, and we'll have some medical staff come on, make sure he's okay. It'll be a restart for the Eagles. Eagles again, visitors in those all-black uniforms. And now they gain the midfield stripe. This is James Anderson. And now Stansberry. Stansberry's got one of the goals already today for Eden Prairie. 10 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Flipped over here to the near side. This is Whitley, Connor Whitley, senior midi. Eagles come into tonight's action 5-2. Won their first two against Cretin Durham Hall and Hopkins, and then have dropped the last 5 in a row. And a loose ball collected nicely by Van Bergen. Van Bergen getting it done on the defensive end. Clears it over to his goalie, Connor, and now an outlet as the Skipper's back in business. This is McNeil. McNeil outlets to Henry. Pepper. Now behind, that pass clicks nicely and coming out in front. Centering, can't connect with King. And quickly the other way, here comes Trent Stansberry as he is being hassled there by Grant Antonson. But into the attack zone come the Eagles. 9 minutes, 43 seconds to go. In the second quarter, Skippers lead 3-2. Behind his own net, it's Stansberry. Flings it over here to the near side. This is Noah Eknes. Out in front, and a shot and a score from Daniel Burke. So Burke ties things up at 3 apiece. Burke, sophomore attack for the Eagles, found himself time and room up front and did not miss, able to beat Carroll on the near side. Three. 9 minutes, 27 seconds to go. I want to say thank you to the staff administration here at Minnetonka High School, giving us the opportunity to bring these games to you on YouTube. So the Lacrosse Booster Club timeout for Eden Prairie. We'll be back with some more action here in just a moment. Cooler weather starting to roll in here. It was a white hot night earlier. 89 degrees here now. Tornado watch in the area. We're hoping to squeeze this one in. Restart here for Eden Prairie on the far side. That's Carter Cole, and now behind the net, spinning it here to the near side over to Noah Eknes. Eknes with one of the 3 goals. Stansberry and Burke with the other 2. And nice ball rotation around. And here's a shot from the far side and a score from Connor Whitley. Whitley gives the Eagles a 1-goal advantage. Whitley gets congratulations on his bench. Nice ball rotation moving around. Freed him up. Able to get his hands loose. And found the back of the net. Back in the face-off X, Carter Cole and Masik Jakubik. Jakubik, senior, long stick midi, going to go to the Colorado School of Mines. Also enjoys lifting when he's not out here. That's much to the delight of Mr. Moon, I'm sure. Reddington on the gas on the near side, and the Skippers with a chance. Seth Heaney, sophomore, number 5, getting some playing time tonight against Schuster, not dressed tonight. Bodie Richard also without his helmet on, staying on the sideline. So a couple of the top scorers for Minnetonka look like they will not be factors here in this contest. Keep an eye on Bodie. The Sadowski, his shot wide and gonna stay here. Nice hustle there from Seth Heaney. Heaney, sophomore attack, will restart from behind his own, works against the long pole. That's James Anderson, comes out in front. Anderson, nice defensive effort, and Colby Sanders now spins it around to the far side to Reddington. Reddington spins. And here comes Sanders bowling in, takes a low shot, a little bit wide. And nice effort there as he got the best of Jacob Zeller on the physical play out in front. Shot squirted just wide of the goal. A golden opportunity there and a nice save there from Berger. And a whistle. And we've got a penalty coming. Substitutions coming in. Body check, 1 minute on number 8. It's Parker Schultz will pick up that penalty. So man advantage now for the Skippers as they get the restart in their own end here on the near side. So Skippers' chance to even things up with 7 minutes, 21 seconds to go. And that pass flies all the way out of bounds. And Eden Prairie catches a break. A man down. 36 seconds left on the man advantage. And Eden Prairie will look to eat clock here. This is Daniel Burke. He's already got 1 of the 4 goals tonight for the Eagles. Eagles up 4-3. Under 7 minutes to go. And that one rolls out of bounds. And a couple sloppy passes resulting in turnovers. Skippers will restart. This is McNeil. Still 7 seconds left on the man advantage. McNeil takes it all the way across. Gains the attack zone, gets a touch here. Quickly in transition. That one deflected. It is Bodie Richard back out there, so helmet back on for Bodie, and he's playing. Skippers can't get a shot opportunity there, and quickly the other way. Here come the Eagles. It's James Anderson, 19, and his pass doesn't connect. And an over and back violation called on Eden Prairie, and quickly in transition, here comes the Skippers. This is Jackson Blanks on the far side. He's got Heaney cutting in front, but behind the net, Henry. Henry works, comes all the way across. His shot is nicely saved there from Adam Berger. Berger tracked it all the way and made the save. Too many men on the field called by called against Eden Prairie, so Skippers will get another possession here. Reddington will walk it in, gets the touch in the attack zone. He's working there against number 20. That's Maxwell Kukla. Kukla, one of the long poles on defense for the 2 and 5 Eagles. Rough ride in there from Henry, driven to the turf. His shot hits the side of the net. And the Eagles will look to reset things here. That pass a little too high, but scooped up nicely from Stansberry. Stansberry works it in, gets his touch in the attack zone. Holds the pole in his left hand, now right. Nicely checked there by Luke Miller, and now a whistle. And timeout call by Eden Prairie. We'll take it with them. 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go, second quarter. Skippers trail 4-3. So we have a weather delay here at Minnetonka. And we're going to go ahead and go off the air here. Thanks again for joining us. Peter Amstutz signing off.